Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping in. I sure appreciate it. And Happy New Year. I am filming this on New Year's Eve. I'm hoping it goes up today so that I can end 2023 with a 2023 ranking, but we'll see how that goes. Life has been fun lately. So happy New Year's, happy 2024. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and roll into my top 10 favorite palettes from 2023. 2023. I bought bulk of my palettes in 2023 just because this was the year of eyeshadow palettes for me. This was the year I really started getting into them and loving them and trying new brands. So it was too overwhelming for me to do my entire collection. So I'm just going to do my top 10 favorites. So here we go. This is just simply my favorite color story, my favorite brand, my favorite formula. That's why they are where they are, but enough rambling, let's go. Coming in at number 10 is my Natasha Denona mini nude palette. I almost said mini I need a nude, but no, just mini nude. I really love this one. I know it's a tiny palette, but I really feel like the versatility here is really wide because even though you only have one like crease shade and one deepening shade, these three shimmers give you such a different look. You can go with a deeper bronzier vibe, you can go with a light champagne shimmery vibe, or you know, just something in between both of those shades. So it's the shimmer that really makes this one versatile, and I found myself reaching for this a lot more than I ever thought I would. So this is number 10. Number 9, this is newer to my collection. I got it here in December, but I've really found myself wanting to reach for this the entire month. So I put this in at number 9. This is the Tarte Honeysuckle palette. Sorry, my fingerprints are all over it. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I think it's a beautiful package, but my fingerprints are always all over it. But this is the Tarte Honeysuckle palette. This came in like a holiday kit for this year with the Maracuja Juicy Lip Balm and liner. Those are okay. Still kind of reviewing those, but this palette, it's not a groundbreaking color story by any means, but I love like a plum and I love golds. So this one just had me like reaching for it all the time or wanting to reach for it. I had to force myself to put it away so I could play with some other things. But yeah, this is actually really great. Coming in at number 8 is the ColourPop Fresh Greens. This was like a Target exclusive, I think, maybe even on ColourPop's website, but I got this one from Target. Okay, so again, not a groundbreaking color story, but kind of is. You've got this like green, like minty green shade here. You've got every shade of green from like a true light green, almost neon, to like an olivey green, deep green. I vibed with this palette all year. I love greens. If you're new here, green is like my jam. But yeah, this one, the formula is fantastic on this one. ColourPop can be hit and miss for me, but the formula was really great on this one. I just found myself wanting to play with this all summer, and I can't wait to dig back into it again this summer. Not that it's a summer only palette, but that's kind of when I'm feeling this particular color story. But I really, really enjoyed this one, and that's why it is number 7. Number 8. I can't count. This one's number 7. This is the Sigma Beauty and the Beast mini palette. I have yet to create a look that I didn't just absolutely love and look in the mirror all the time like, hey, how you doing? I really do love this color story. It is just, it's stunning and it's classic and it's elegant and it takes no time at all to create a look. I made one just the other day with this in the crease, this in the outer corner, and this one all over the lid. Stunning. Took me like 3 minutes to do it. Sigma's formula blends so nicely. So this one is number 7, and I just really have enjoyed this year. Number 6, this is a fairly new one to my collection as well, but definitely not new to the beauty community in any means, but definitely new to me. This is the Melt Rust palette. Outside of greens, warm neutrals are my jam, and I just absolutely, I feel like I've said everything is my jam. Greens are my jams. Golds and plums are my jams. Warm neutrals are my jams. I gotta stop saying that. 2024 resolution. Stop saying things are my jam. But I do really love me a warm neutral color story, and that's what this is. I do like how they gave us like a more rusty color. Get it? Rust. Yeah, I know. Please don't leave. But yes, it's so far, I've only used it a few times, but it definitely is a color story that I gravitate toward year round. I've loved every look I've created so far, and I can see this being one that I use all the time. Top 5 here, and this one is going to Nomad Okavango Safari. So this color story has a little bit of everything. It has your warm neutrals. It has grungy greens. And it has some cool tones too down here at the bottom to kind of change it up and give you quite variety. I think that's why I love this one so much. It has 2 of my favorite things and then some variety. So this formula I thought was really, really great. The mattes blend and perform beautifully. Most of the shimmers do a really great job. They're not quite as punchy as their newest palette, which was the Ghost Town USA, which I did really love that palette, by the way. So they're not quite as creamy and soft as that palette, but they do a great job. And just this color story is just so incredible to me. So this is number 5 for the year. Number 4, I think it came out in 2023. It may not have, but it is new to me in 2023. This is the ABH Rose Metals palette. I love this color story, and it's so funny because I don't gravitate towards this shade here normally. Or like this shade, even maybe like these more mauve shades. They're not quite like that plum that I look for, but there's something about this palette that every look I create, I love, love, love. And I think ABH is tied for my number 1 favorite formula overall. I'll tell you the other formula here in just a minute, but the formula of this one, I have really, really... oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe not mature eyelids, but I have very, very wrinkly, crinkly eyelids. I have so many wrinkles and I have a really deep socket. I have round, deep set eyes. My brow bone sticks out really far here. So you can even see it sitting here right now. I have a wrinkle in the middle of my eyelid right there. A lot of formulas I have to work really hard at to get them to blend, to get them to actually go like up and into the socket of my eye, not necessarily the crease, but the socket. The socket tends to eat away eyeshadow throughout the day. So I really have to work hard at a lot of formulas, which I don't mind because that is my personal problem. It's not the formula. But ABH and this other formula are the 2 formulas that I don't have to do that with. I don't have to baby it. I don't have to focus. I don't have to really blend. I know that I can work with this formula and it works with me. And so I think part of the reason I love this one so much is because of that formula, but this color story is just deep and grungy and it's just fall and winter and I feel it. I feel it. So it's definitely a favorite and coming in at number 4. Number 3, this one was exciting. The color story is not groundbreaking. It's not thrilling. It's not super exciting. But I love it. It kind of reminds me something similar to like the Nomad Okavango. It's the Alter Ego Sahara. And when I say it reminds me of that one, not because of the greens, but the warm neutrals with a pop of cool tones in it, because that's what this one is. You've got your true neutrals in here, and you've got these like 3 cooler tone shades. It's got a matte black, which I love. And this is also a matte heavy palette, which I prefer either a matte heavy or a equal amount of matte to shimmer. I don't like more shimmers than mattes. I prefer more mattes than shimmers because that's obviously what I use more. I'm typically like a 1, maybe 2 shimmers, but I always have 2, maybe 3 mattes. So I prefer more mattes than shimmers or an equal balance. And this one is definitely matte heavy. We've got this one, and this one as the shimmers. And what I love about this one is the 3 shimmers, much like that number 10 palette that I had, the Natasha Denona Mini Nude. That one, it's kind of the same thing. The shimmer that you use will make or break the look as far as like versatility. So, and I love that they did that. They've got a real light, kind of pinky, champagne-y shimmer here. Then they've got a true gold shimmer here. And then this is like a deep bronze. And the shade is literally called bronze. But those shimmers just accent every color in this palette. And every single time I use this, I love it. This is definitely a shock to me this year, but in the best way. All right, number 2, another one of my favorite formulas. It's ABH, but this is a palette that I knew I was going to like because of the color story, but I clearly, because it's number 2, love it. And that is the NAVO palette. Oh my gosh, you guys, like I can't even with this color story. It's the green and gold wearable palette of my dreams. This is the only color that I don't dive into very often just because it is so dark and like more of a vampy color, and it has a blue undertone, which I'm not the biggest fan of blues, but like this like pinky peach color here, we've got the golds. I like this one here too. Here's another gold, and these greens, man, these greens, I love this palette more than I can even begin to tell you. And it's so funny because I bought it knowing I would like it because it's ABH's formula and I like greens and golds, but I love this palette so much. And drum roll please for number 1. This formula performs the same way that ABH does for me. It is Natasha Denona. Knowing that, can you guess the palette? Come on, give you a couple seconds. Come on. What is it? Did you guess the YUCKA palette? Because you were right. It is YUCKA. I got this at Black Friday, but let me tell you, I have used every shade in this palette, and this is my first experience with the cream to powder formula, which is this Fuchsia shade right here and Calathea. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. Sometimes I can get it to perform perfectly, and sometimes I struggle. But this color story, and these shimmers in this palette, except for that, well, even this shade right in here, I'm going to flip it the right way. I guess that might be kind of helpful. Sometimes I forget I kept the plastic on this one because I try not to blind y'all. But this shade right here is more of a like normal, typical shimmer shade. But these guys, out of this world. But I love like these pukey green colors, baby diarrhea colors, like here and here and here. This is the coolest inner corner highlight color ever. I really love this. I just love this so much. And I think it's the combination of the formula and the color story and also like the packaging. I just love it. But yes, so there is my top 10 favorite palettes from 2023. I absolutely cannot wait until 2024 to see what comes out. But I'm just super happy with my collection at this point. And I hope you guys are going to have a great 2024. I'm not going to lie. I have some really big life changes coming my way. I am a little bit nervous and a little bit scared, but you know, so is life. Change happens and we've got to adapt and we've got to move forward. But at least I have a really awesome eyeshadow palette collection to come with me on this very scary journey. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I sure appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful 2024. Much love to you and have a great day. Bye.